really not a lot of people know about the Yazidis, and Nadia is trying to tell people, and so for me this is a story about her telling her story, how we package stories of horror, and how we listen to them. My first feature film called Frame by Frame that was about Afghan photojournalists. So much of that film was about how we see Afghanistan. And so I kind of became obsessed with the idea of our perceptions and the stories that we are told about places and about people.
So talk to me about the story here.
ISIS started a genocide on the Yazidis in August of 2014. They took all the young women that they wanted to have be sexual slaves. Nadia, along with thousands of other Yazidi women, up to numbers of 7,000 women and children, were kidnapped at that time. Nadia, after she escaped, she lived in the camps for about a year, and there are still 3,000 women in captivity.
Tell us a bit about how she became the spokesperson.
I think it really started with the UN Security Council speech in 2015. People were crying, and it was a really powerful testimony. That moment is really what launched her into being the face of the Yazidis. My producer, Haley Pappas, contacted me in July of 2016. She said, we have access.
And so someone who's gone through that kind of trauma, tell me how, as a filmmaker and as a human being also, how you get her trust.
I was very cautious and tried to be respectful as possible. And I think initially she was really happy to have Haley and I there because we were these young women, and we really followed her in the time. About 8 months later, that was like the peak of her advocacy campaign, where she was going a million miles an hour all over the world. I was trying to, maintain this distance, and then I saw everyone else around, asking her questions, wanting photos. And for me, that's when the story really started to be more about the work that she has to do. There's a trauma of her past, but then there's a trauma that she has to relive every single day of doing this work. Towards the middle of the film, it was hard for me to even ask her to put a mic on. For me as a filmmaker, I think it made me kind of question, what we're doing, like how we're telling stories, why we're telling stories, what's the point of all this? And I think it forever changed like who I am. This film was a lot of heartache to make, and I mean, I can't tell you what an amazing experience this has been to come to a festival and for people to say the things back to me that I was thinking of as I was making it, that they really got it. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, yeah.